welcome to Motors TV. We're at the Stade de France for the season finale, the epilogue, if you like, to the electric car season. It's all for show, it's all for a bit of fun, and it's all to give the fans of the capital a look at what the ice racing is all about in the flesh. We had some spectacular racing in the Andros Trophy proper and in the pilot bike, the two-wheeled version of the Andros Trophy, and now it's time for the electric machines to take center stage. Is this the future of motorsports? Well, that's part of the thinking behind this electric car competition, which just completed its second ever season. And it's one of the first entirely electric motorsports championships in the world. This season, for the second year in a row, it was won by Nicolas Prost, the son of former World Formula One champion Alain Prost, who just edged out Christophe Ferrier to top spot here at the Stade de France in the season finale. We had a series of races which culminated here in the semi-finals before the grand final of the season 2010-11. And in this first final, as you can see, it's the number 6 car in the Nice Côte d'Azur colours of Christophe Ferrier, who was doing it relatively comfortably over the former French GT champion Sohail Ayari. Further back, a bit of rubbing and racing between Olivier Pernot and Adrien Tambay. And Adrien Tambay had an amazing run in the Trophée Andros proper this year as well, taking a debut season victory as well in the 2010-11 campaign. Well, the crowd loving the electric car competition as well, as opposed to the Trophée Andros proper. These are just two-wheel drive cars, two-wheel drive and two-wheel steering as well, as opposed to the four-wheel drive, four-wheel steering machines in the Trophée Andros proper. As we can see there, we've got Margot Lafitte, the daughter of another former Formula One racer, Jacques Lafitte. She planted her car after contact, parked it on the side at the end of that very first bend, which left the way well and truly clear for Christophe Ferrier, the man that finished the season in second place, to take this win in the semi-final and book his place in the final, while further back Olivier Pernot was racing and just saw off Adrien Tambay for third place. At any rate, the top 6 all qualified for the final, and these semi-finals were essentially to work out the grid order for the final. So here we are, the second semi-final then. Now, Fabien Barthez has been racing all season, the former World Cup winner in football, the French goalkeeper. He ended up finishing the regular season in 7th place, and a couple of great results for him as well, particularly in the final day at Lens-en-Vacourt. But before that, Alpe d'Huez with some good results, and Isola 2000 as well. But unfortunately, he didn't take part due to injury at this season finale at the Stade de France. So it was Jacques Villeneuve who took the wheel of his Skoda Fabia machine. Nicolas Prost got a good start. Question perhaps of a little false start back there, as Jacques Villeneuve jumped right back onto the wheel. And in fact, it wasn't so much a false start as a no start. Stefan Ortelli's finally managed to get going again, but he starts and rejoins a lap down, while former Miss France, Elodie Goussin, hasn't been able to get going at all. That's a big shame. You can see it's Nicolas Prost. You can hear the whine of those battery-powered machines as they work around, and Elodie Goussin's car is a real danger there as well. How she has avoided not getting hit from behind there is anyone's guess. Well, the cars now have had 2 laps to see where she's planted her machine. Nicolas Prost then looking to follow in Dad's footsteps. Oh, and again it was close, and Jacques Villeneuve just manages to slide through without any contact. And he's putting plenty of pressure on Frank Lagorce as well, the man that piloted these electric machines over the last few seasons, really developed them into the car they are. And now Jacques Villeneuve, getting his first taste of the electric car, is putting the pressure on. Villeneuve. Can he get close enough to make a move on Frank Lagorce? He looks up the inside. Lagorce has got a little bit wide. Villeneuve is up the inside, is he? At the end of the straight, he does have the inside line, and Lagorce gets it very wide anyway, opens the door. Fabulous move from Jacques Villeneuve as we see them trying to get Elodie Goussin out of the car. The crowd loving that. Meanwhile, just behind Stefano Ortelli, he's a lap down. But he's right there now, mixing it as well, a lap down, but there's no problem out in front for the champion, the number one on his car. No one getting anywhere near him. Nicolas Prost taking the win. Jacques Villeneuve, second place. Frank Lagorce, third place. And in the end, Stefano Ortelli taking fourth place, despite finishing an entire lap down. So Nicolas Prost will be on the front row, but on pole position will be Christophe Ferrier, his arch rival for the title at the end of 4 races per day in the 7 rounds of the season. Just 6 points separated Nicolas Prost from Christophe Ferrier in the battle for the title. But here, Christophe Ferrier is looking to get the boot on the other foot. He's on pole position. Elodie Goussin has managed to get her machine started this time. And it's a great start from Christophe Ferrier and a good start from Olivier Pernot, who got straight past Jacques Villeneuve and into third place. But we've seen Villeneuve is very competitive in the racing, even if he does make the odd slow start. And it's Frank Lagorce looking up the outside, and there might have just been a bit of contact there as well with Jacques Villeneuve. Well, we have lots of cars out on the circuit, and surely as we get round to lapping, as Lagorce looks up the outside of Villeneuve, no way through that time. He has to go the long way around. Oh, and there's big contact, huge contact. Stefano Ortelli just forcing Frank Lagorce right out of the way, and Ortelli's gone through, and Berton is there as well now as Frank Lagorce picked up a problem. I think he might have, because he's into the wall again. You can see Frank Lagorce's machine there as Pernot's under pressure from Villeneuve in that battle for third place, and Villeneuve just barges his way through and can now set out in search of Nicolas Prost. Oh, Pernot's still right there. Perhaps he'll have to look in his rearview mirror before looking too far afield. Christophe Ferrier out in front. Nicolas Prost is there. Frank Lagorce is still going. You can see already these cars bouncing around in the ruts as Nicolas Prost starts to close up a little bit at the front on Christophe Ferrier. Can he get close enough, though, to find a way through? Nathaniel Berton is there in fifth place at the moment. Let's look at that. Ortelli looking to get way past Olivier Pernot any which way he can. Villeneuve has managed to open up a little bit of a gap. Is that him pulling away from Pernot and Ortelli? Or is it those 3 cars just dropping off the pace a little bit? Here comes Ferrier. Prost is definitely closing up. Will he have the time to catch right up to his great rival throughout this entire season? They each won 2 races on the very opening day of the season back at Val Thorens, with Ferrier taking 52 points and Prost 49. And from then on, it was on for the entire 7 rounds. 1 lap to go. Prost will have to throw everything out. I'm not sure he's close enough to get to Christophe Ferrier. Oh, as we've had a spin. Adrien Tombé's had a problem. Oh, there's a big problem for Olivier Pernot as well. Now, can Frank Lagorce get past? Well, we saw some real rubbing and contact and smashing around in the Trophée Andros proper. We've got some in the electric as well, and it's victory for Christophe Ferrier. ahead of Nicolas Prost, the season champion, with Jacques Villeneuve, the guest star, taking third. Olivier Pernot isn't even going to finish the last race of the season. He plants it in the wall on the final bend and gets a huge roar from the 50,000 in attendance here. So in the end, Ferrier from Prost, Villeneuve third, Stéphane Ortelli fourth, ahead of Nathaniel Berton, and sixth place for Elodie Gossin, the former Miss France, ahead of Frank Lagorce. So Christophe Ferrier finally gets onto the top spot of the podium with victory. Nicolas Prost, a happy second place. And there is Elodie Gossin, who jumps up, invited onto the podium as well. Well, that's it for the electric car competition. We hope you've enjoyed the 2010-11 season on Motors TV. We'll see you in a year's time for more of the best ice racing from France. Bye-bye.